Hello Aces, welcome back to Mission 7 in our Ace Combat Zero playthrough. Now, we liberated our country of Usio, our capital directors. Now we get to the point where it's kind of like, you know, really philosophical question, like everyone's a hero, everyone's a villain, who is the bad guy in this war and that kind of stuff. It gets now to the shady part where we're actually invading the invading country as we move to Belkans, and you would think that after we managed to put the Belkan army on retreat, the countries would settle down for peace, but that's not what's happening. It's kind of similar to like a total war concept from like World War II, although this war, the Balkan War, it's not an ideological war, it's more a resource-based war. So now our intelligence says they're developing some nuclear weapons, although it's kind of late if you think about it, because it's already in the 1990s. Nuclear weapons is a technology from the 40s in real life, so at least in something, Earth is better than Stranger. And now we're gonna check those Belkan nuclear arms. It looks like the US saying like the Iraq had nuclear weapons, so maybe it's just the pretext to invade Belka. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe Osea wanted the land or the oil, you know what I mean. Anyways, we're gonna attack the Hadrian line of defense, which is the first line of defense between Osea and Sapping to Belka. It's like 700 kilometers. That's pretty massive for a defensive line. It's very long. And we're gonna attack Gladysent, which is like a fortress built on Mount Ivrea, which is a very interesting location. So let's go for F-15s with bombs, because this is an air-to-ground mission. We're gonna let lots of bombs. Gonna skip this. Although it's interesting, if you don't skip the takeoff, you're gonna hear some allied pilots with the codename Fenrir from Ace Combat X. I think. Foreshadowing. Now, let's go for a scenic tour before we start killing the Belkans. As we go through this little valley here, we're gonna approach the little Belkan village, and there's like a little arc, a little gate to Belka. You know, because we're gonna invade Belkan. See, I hope you could have seen, but in case you didn't, this is the little gate to Belka. Can we go inside? Can we go? Oh, we could. Yes. Awesome. We're inside Belka. Okay, there's a little gate. Now, like, if you think about it, these fortifications are over a really wide area. There are some little villages in the valleys, in the valley area. As you can see, it's modernized. You have some approaches for like helicopters or vertical takeoff and landing, such as the Harrier or the F-35B, but which wasn't, you know, they had the F-35 in the Balkan War. So very modern. The Belkans did a good job. The Allies actually helped. They're stealing my kills. Anyways, the Belkans did a good job in modernizing this ancient, you know, military, military yes, but this ancient defense line. If you think about it, maybe back in the early days, Belka already had this defensive line from South Belka to Osea. So that's area gate. That's the first sector of defense. It's the weakest one, of course. And the name of this mission is called Bastion. If you know a little bit of military architecture from back in the days, like the Middle Ages, that it's a concept that means it's a defensive position that it's like a spearhead that you go outside and you can provide defensive fire into multiple directions. Just Google the imagery, you're gonna understand better. Although this mission is also known by the players as AA guns everywhere. As you know, here in the middle we have the main AA tower. and just throw bombs, and hopefully you survive. So yeah, we already got 30% damage. Let's put Pixie to attack. As soon as you get to this mission, you gotta focus on the main tower. There you go, good, awesome. Now we might, I think we're good, we're good. It's just that one tower, just so many AA guns out of it. It's insane, like literally. Now, this is probably in the middle sector here. This is probably the high point of Mount Ivrea, the peak of Mount Ivrea, and it kind of goes with what they had on the. What I used to think about in the Middle Ages were the most important point you put higher. That's why castles are built, you know, on the highest possible place. Because if you're an enemy and you're invading a castle, then you gotta climb all that hill. You're gonna get tired, and defensively it's way better, you know, if you have the advantage of the height, right? And so you'd think the fortresses are built, you know, on the really on the peaks. And you know, the cities are built like on the valleys, because you know, there's just 4 people, who cares, right? Well, you can see there's a lot of like ancient castles here, forts. And now it's kind of like when the Belkans kind of get desperate, because they started the war, but then their plan backfired, and now the Allies are like almost outside of their own cities, so not the best for them. This is one of the few missions that I'm not really a huge fan of in this game, XCOM 0. It feels a bit to me like Tango Line, just because of a little bit on the atmosphere and the fact that they have the different bases on the mountains and that kind of stuff, but I'm not really a huge fan of score-based missions. Like this one is 16,000 points, what we need in order to go to the next one. It's just insane. Tango Line, although it is score-based, also time-based, so you need to spend 20 minutes in there. I think Tango Line and Risky Corridor, although they are good missions, don't get me wrong, but they're just too long. 20 minutes was overkill. That's what I believe. So, area will always the middle area, probably the most important one, with the giant AA gun. Although each mini area has different I guess mini bosses, what's what you would call, except for the first one. The first one is really weak. Sector A, I think. And we have another valley here, and we're gonna have, like, you know, the Belkan villages in between the mountain peaks or the defensive lines. As you can see here, I think that's probably like a little village or something. Let's go to the next one. So yeah, like I said, each like region has a mini boss. So the first, on the middle one, we had the huge freaking AA gun. The one I'm going now on the northwest actually. It's more of the VTOL area, or the airbase kind of thing, where they have the Harriers, which is something they have in common with Tango Line. They also have a mini airbase for vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, and the barracks as well. And since we are on the mercenary path, let's just destroy everything, which actually makes everything easier because we just get the points faster to win this mission. And we can also keep our mercenary style. Why not, right? Take that, take that. And now we just go and drop bombs on the mini boss. There you go, destroyed. Quick and easy. You get like a 10, I mean not 10, but 1,000 points. It's really good for this mission. and strafe some Harriers. Quite an interesting shape of the ammo storage, like it's like a U-shaped. I have something in the middle of the I don't know, in the middle of the ammo, like a circle. It's like maybe like a UFO, something like that. Just the shape. I'm not sure if the Belkans would allow UFOs in their airspace. Yeah, there are different lines of defenses within Belka. This is the first one. This is like the really outer one. It's like the first thing you're gonna face. And the Belkans take advantage of the relief of the topography that they have. So they're built in by the mountains, of course. It's much harder to invade through the mountains and then like a plains or a flat region. And the second, I think, I'm not sure, but they probably have some defense lines in South Belka. But the last line of defense is the Voldrike Mountains. That's where later on they're gonna detonate the nukes. Oh, we gotta be careful with the Harriers. We're good, we're good. It's just like when you turn and the enemies already head onto you and they launch the missile, that's when you should worry about. And I wasn't paying attention, and now I don't have missiles anymore. Great job for me. What we can do though, I can still go to those AA towers. They are smaller than the middle one, the one in the center of the map. There's two of them. And the other one, the region on the northeast, is like a huge flak tower. Which, it's not my favorite, that's why I often don't go there. Meanwhile, let's get some points here with the with the machine gun. Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. Yeah, really interesting how they have the little villages in between. And they have the walls as well. But it's a nice addition to the scenery. They actually cared about the little village or the space in between the mini bosses. Thanks, Pixie. You care so much about others. Now we're only what, 500, almost 500 points to our score. We can probably shoot on these planes and win. Yeah, really interesting how the AC0 is based on Europe. In the Middle Ages, couple of missions, their names, such as this one, it's called Bastion. They are taken from military architecture from back in the days in Europe. And like I said, if you don't know what Bastion is, check on Google. You're gonna see Google the picture and you're gonna see it's like a little edge on the outside of the fortresses, the ones that you can kind of fire back. Thanks, Pixie, you stole my kill. God damn it! All right, that was mission 7. That's the moment when you wonder if Pixie's using drugs or there's actually something to the game, which there is. But maybe Pixie uses drugs, and I'll talk more about later on. So we broke through the Hadrian line, and yeah, so was wiped out by a mysterious attack. Investigating the incident. Anyways, that was mission 7. We'll see more about the incident. You probably know what I mean in the next mission. But thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed, and see you next time.